See, Jake. Jake, tell me when you were on. Did you say we're done? Hi! Hi, everybody around the world. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in St. Louis, Missouri. It's actually 1 minute, so people aren't going to be on for one more minute. It's not an exact science around here. So, welcome. The Center for Spiritual Living is here to remind you of who you are, to remind you of the beauty within you, to remind these women over here that the divine is within them and they consistently awaken to their magnificence. By the time they walk out of here, they are glowing.
I think they are glowing.
They're glowing now, I know. We have a fabulous day today because some of you probably know him. There's my sister Sherry. Is there a place for her? Hi, Sherry. She needs two for her and Bill. Okay, right behind them. Okay. I just want you to remember that life is divine, and that's what we're here to celebrate. You are the perfection of spirit in action, and you are filled with love. And by the time you leave here, you're going to be walking on air because today we have a guest speaker from Boulder Valley, Colorado. One of my friends for how many years, Jody? 1983, almost
5 years ago.
almost 40 years? 39 years ago. She walked into ministerial school in Seattle, and I was the co-minister there. And I was running the school of ministry, and she shows up, had not had one single class, and said, I want to be a minister of this teaching. She never even heard of Ernest Holmes. She just walked in and knew the energy in that place. She wanted to be a minister. Ernest Holmes was a founder. Well, he wrote a book, and so he kind of founded this whole movement based on the principles of is done unto you as you believe, and ye are love. And I guess that she's just one of those stories that most people don't do that. Walk in and go, I'm going to be a minister. She enrolled in ministerial school the next day. But I guess we knew there was something within you. Yeah. Yeah, she was a mess, but we straightened her out. She wasn't, but she thinks she was. Okay. I'll give a better introduction to her in a little bit. We also today have our fabulous Latin lover singer named Emerson is here with us today. Emerson is so filled with love. That's why we call him that, because everybody that meets him is like,
Oh, I got confused.
oh. No, that just means,
Eve got confused too.
oh. No, Eve knew. Yeah, Eve knew. Okay, moving right along. This is Reverend Larry DeRusha. He is the co-minister here along with me. My name is Mary Jean, and I'm just glad you're here right now. And Tom has a few announcements for us. All right, let's give Tom a hand.
Good morning. And my name is Tom. A lot going on. Is this on? Yeah. We want to keep thanking all you folks who are contributing to our new parking lot out there. If you haven't seen it for a while. Here's David to talk about the parking lot.
Everyone loves this bright spot every day. And, I've reached out to a number of people, and I've engaged Nigel to start a email campaign, and I think it started, although I haven't seen a copy of it. And I did want to announce that today I'm expecting a couple of very substantial contributions, and one of them I'm not expecting it anymore because I have it in my pocket. But and the other one is coming. At any rate, what I wanted to do was, it occurred to me that if we have people that maybe donate something like $10,000, that I want to personally have a private parking spot for them for a whole year, and I'm going to make a plaque and put it on the wall for those people, because until I had people that actually have done this, I didn't need to offer this, but now I realize this is a very substantial thing to do. So if you want one of those parking lot spaces, that's a pretty easy fix, right? Just reach deep and you can do it. And so I believe so far that I'm going to have 2 people so far. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, all right, well, so much for the better. So I can tell that we are way over 1/2 of our way to that. And so until I do the final calculations, I'll be able to tell. But at any rate, I did want to announce that. And also, don't forget, anybody that donates $2,500, I have a private dinner that I'm going to have at my house sometime in the fall for those people. So at any rate, that's where we are, and it's very exciting. And so on and before September 20th, we will have gathered $43,000 or more for this lovely parking lot. And so I'm very excited knowing that's already done, and I'm declaring it's already done in my mind. And I won't take away anybody's joy of continuing to donate. And I'm going to announce, actually, on the first Sunday after the 20th, exactly how many people were winners of these 2 things. So, at any rate, that's the update. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Flay. Cool. All right, Reverend Jody Stevenson is here, and she's got a workshop this afternoon that she'd like to tell you about.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, I am so happy to be back. I was supposed to be here 3 years ago, and guess what happened? COVID. So, all in divine timing. You all live so deep in my heart. I love this community. So I've been a Taoist now for many, many years, and a religious science minister by profession. I've always say the science mind philosophy taught me how to think, and Taoism has taught me how to live. So one of my most favorite things to do is to do seminars on Taoism. So please join me this afternoon. I think it is Ernest Holmes studied Taoism. You can read it through all his writing. And so please join me. It is an incredible, it's not even a philosophy. I'll tell you about that during the seminar. But it's really an honor. So I'd love to have you all come. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, it's at 12:45. Is it right here in this room? Is that where we're doing it?
And Larry and I brought salad, so people would have a bite to eat before they come back. They
Cool.
can go in and get some salad and then come back for the seminar.
All right. Yeah, if you didn't hear that, there's a salad in there to grab and munch on before the workshop. All right. Let's see. Next week, September 11th, Javier Mendoza will be our musician. You don't want to miss this guy. He's not only a terrific musician, but he also has provided monetary support to musicians that were unemployed by the pandemic. That's a lot for a musician to do that, because that's not a big money maker. So he really gave quite a gift there. On May 27th of 2020, he also goes by Hobo Kane. I guess that's how he pronounces it, but that's his website. He released a fundraising music video to support musicians unemployed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The song, entitled Respira, raised over $9,000. He's also just released Mi Gente, a song of unity and strength against those who want to divide the country and the world. The song has been featured in 3 editorial Spotify playlists, including Novedades Viernes Chile, Novedades Rock, Sembrando Esperanza, and Discover Weekly. So, catch Javier. He's good. He'll be right here. Also next week is our second Sunday potluck. Please bring a dish. And that's what a potluck is. We don't know what you're bringing, but just whomp up something and bring it for lunch next week. We're having yet another Mary and Larry Garage session here on Thursday, September 15th at 2 p.m. Come and share your ideas on how we can make our spiritual home even better. And please sign up in the lobby. And it's also not just the center, but the whole community, and that's going to be held right here at the center. Let's see, we have New Member Sunday coming up, December 11th. There are some flyers out there in the lobby if you're thinking about joining, so keep that date in mind. Being a member is all about committing to using the principles of science of mind. Michelle Conley Brown is doing her Reiki healing sessions on an appointment basis right here in the center. She has business cards out there in the lobby on the table. If you want to arrange a session, her phone number's on there. She's using her healing talents to raise funds for her prac training. She's going into practitioner. So, cool. Congratulations, Michelle, on that. So let's give her a hand with that. The Women's Goddess Group. There you go. The Women's Goddess Group is going to meet at Reverend Mary Jean's house at 7 p.m. Thursday, September 22nd. Please sign up for that in the lobby. We're having a congregational meeting on October 9th. We're going to have some more details on that later, but that's another day to mark on your calendar. Let's see. We still have bracelets for Ukraine. They're in the bookstore, and all proceeds go without any expense set aside to Ukraine, to the refugees. Anybody here for the first time? We got a gift for you. Nope, I thought I saw a hand. Oh yeah, there's Chris way back there. Oh. Okay, cool. Oh, one more thing. This is written at the bottom, and I missed it. We're asking for prayers for the friends and family of Todd Austin, who passed away suddenly just last week. You may know him if you've been here coming here a long time. He came here some years ago. So he lived down in Florida. So back to, I think, our prayer now.
Hello, it's me, Michelle Connolly Brown, and I just want to pray with us all today. You know, when I first started coming to the Center for Spiritual Living, I kind of picked things that I wanted to work on, and I worked on them until I felt they were better, and then I picked other things. And I have gotten around to that golden old nugget, abundance. And that's what I'm working on now, and that's what I am living and breathing and exemplifying and displaying every day and every moment is my ever increasing abundance. And I want to share that with the center too. So I thought today my prayer would be for abundance for the center, for each and every one of us that is present here at this center and not present here at this center, and also for myself. As I go into prac training, to be able to afford everything I need and all the tools I need and the books and all of that good stuff. So if we just close our eyes, connect with that divinity inside, that place of peace and quiet. There is only one light, one spirit, one love, one God, one all-encompassing consciousness that holds me in its gentle arms. And also, I'm held with everyone else. I'm connected by an endless river of love to each and every creature and person on this planet. I am so grateful for that, and I know that in this light of God's love and abundance and blessings and health and jubilance and joy, that abundance is for CSL to be able to go out in the community and do what we need to do to make a stand and take care of our building and be able to take care of our people. And pay salaries and do all the things we need to do to have all the great activities and great children's program and all the wonderful things that can be here at CSL. Things need updating, things need done, and I see that done here and now. I know in my heart of hearts that we are held and taken care of and provided for, and that abundance is fully belonging to CSL, to each and every one of the members here, and to myself. I know this to be true. I know that we overflow with opulence and beauty and the ability to take care of others and to bless others and to do everything we need to do for ourselves, and also to everything we need to do in this community. Have lunch every week, to have communication and connection. That's the word I'm looking for, that connection. And I love this center, and I just want to see it blessed, and I want to see everyone in it blessed, and I want to see us all living to our highest and greatest good every day, every moment, knowing that abundance, knowing that truth, knowing that no matter what appears, what is happening is that we are all cared for all the time, every minute of every day. I am so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the chance to serve at CSL, for the chance to pray with everyone today, to know our abundance, to know it for you and for myself and for this entire universe. We can have and need, we can have everything we need. We can have everything we want and everything that our minds and our hearts need, that friendship, that kindness, that connection, that compassion, that sacred service, all these things that we need in our life, and we have them, and I am so grateful. I release my words into the law of mind, seeing this joyous picture and holding it and keeping it and seeing it imprint and become reality is just such a gift. Thank you, and so it is.
Okay, our thought for the day is, you may have it on your sheet of paper if you got one of these. We actually ran out of them, so everyone doesn't have one. We can make some more afterwards. Tom, I bet, would be glad to do that if we know how many we need. Let's say it together. I come from greatness. I welcome greatness. I am greatness. Let's do it again. I come from greatness. I welcome greatness. I am greatness. I want to introduce you to Jody before our music, because I want after the music comes, I want her to step up because she requested this song, and Emerson is going to sing it and play it. But Jody, who is the guest speaker, has been in the human happiness profession for over 4 decades. As an ordained religious science minister, she loves to give hugs, and she believes everyone is soul first, human being second. As a hypnotherapist and timeline counselor, she sees miracles as her clients transform their limiting beliefs of shame into respect. As a Taoist, she agrees with the Spanish proverb, how beautiful it is to do nothing and then rest afterwards. Please join me. In a few minutes, we'll welcome her. But right now, I want to welcome one of our favorite singers who is here from Mexico for a short time, Emerson.
Good morning, St. Louis. Good morning, Mexico. Oh my God. This is not a regular song. This is not a regular song. Okay. So, can I tell the story about the song? So one day, Evie, my fiance, she told me, So Mary Jean said, if you can play a song for September 4th, say, for sure, I think it's an easy song. Why not? So, and I start to listen to the song, and I say, oh my God. I can do that song for sure. Can you tell? Can I play La Bamba or something? So I listen again and again. I say, it's like three girls, black women singing like beautiful and strong. And I say, I can't do that. It's like a beautiful voice. And it's a lady's voice. I say, but, and the next day and I say, okay, I think, can I do? Why not? It's a challenge. So please be gently with me. Be gently. So this is it's a pleasure. Thank you for pushing me, for makes me be better. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna try to sing that song, and if you can help me, I appreciate. When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the star. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius. Aquarius, Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. No more lies of derision, golden living dream of vision, mystic crystal revelation, and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius. When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the star. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. No more lies or derision, golden living dream of vision, mystic crystal revelation, and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius. Sunshine, let the sun shine, the sun shining. Thank you so much.
All right.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Emerson. He did great, didn't he? Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce one of my best friends in the whole world, Reverend Jody Stevenson.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I so honor you for that. As I travel around the country, musicians go, no, not that song. You did it beautifully. Thank you so much. Yeah. And looking at the group, I can tell y'all knew the words. Right? Are we all from that generation? No. Yes, no, yeah. Thank you so much. And wow, Mary Jean, it's such a joy to be here with you and Larry. We go back so far. Do you know how many tears we have shared together? How much laughter we've shared? How much shopping we've done? How many glittering things we put in our hair? I mean, we're deep. We're deep. Yeah. So over 2,500 years ago, the planet was beginning to birth philosophies all over the world that have a major impact on us today. So over here in China, Taoism was coming into clarity, reminding us that we are all one with nature. And over here in India, Hinduism was telling us that a human being only has two desires. Do you know what they are? A peaceful mind and a joyful heart. Right? Yeah. Sometimes we think it's a new car, or a new partner, or a new house. It's a peaceful mind and a joyful heart. And then over here, around the same time, give or take 500 years or so, in Greece, Socrates was talking about the freedom of the human soul. All of these major philosophies impact you and me today because about 100 years ago, there was another birthing, and Dr. Ernest Holmes created religious science, thank God, yes, literally. And the Fillmores, Charles and Myrtle, I had a moment, they were creating unity, and Nona Brooks in Denver was creating and bringing forth divine science, which is where actually Ernest Holmes got ordained through the divine science philosophy. So, and all of these people brought into the awareness that you and I are all one, and we have the power to co-create the life we want to live. In fact, we are responsible for the quality of our own lives. That was so amazing to me when I started ministerial school. And I will say that that is the very thing that brings people into our churches, and it's the very thing that sends them away. It's like, wait, you're saying I'm responsible for the quality of my own life? And how many times I have said to someone, well, if you're not responsible, who is? I sometimes say with a little bit of in Portland, where I came from, people used to call me Reverend Roto-Rooter. I think that's a compliment. Dr. Ernest Holmes writes, "My knowledge that the great I am is ever available gives me an increasing capacity to draw upon it and to become inwardly aware of the presence of Spirit." It's so earnest. Through the quiet contemplation of the omnipresent action of Spirit, I learn to look quietly and calmly upon every false condition, seeing through it to the other side of the invisible reality that molds conditions and co-creates all of my affairs after a more nearly divine pattern. Isn't that beautiful? It's so earnest. So the question to ask 2,500 years ago, 100 years ago, what's different today? What is it? What is it that's different today? Well, just as in the past, the same is true today. Nothing has changed. There are only 3 things that block the sunshine of God, which we're going to talk about. But the reason we know that nothing has changed is because love is love, and truth is truth, and wisdom is wisdom. Nothing has changed. But there are 3 things. I've been a counselor for 40 years now, and there are 3 things that block the sunshine of God. I've observed this over and over and over again. We've all experienced these 3, and I promise you I am not wearing a halo, but I practice every day to remove these blocks in my life because I so want to know and experience and be an expression of the divine. The first one, the first block of the sunshine of God is what we call arrogance. I see this in my office all the time. Arrogance sounds like this. I won't do it because you're over here. You're the problem, not me. I'm right and you're wrong. I have done nothing. Yeah. We all know what arrogance sounds like. Perhaps we have even expressed it ourselves. I know what? What? Perhaps I'm a little arrogant about this philosophy. The 2 qualities of arrogance are the lack of gratitude and being in judgment. Lao Tzu writes, if you want to experience a peaceful mind and a joyful heart or harmony in your life, move out of judgment. And boy, I work that every day because I learned in the womb how to be critical. And I practice it every day. How many of you have ever felt judged by another human being? How many of you have ever judged another human being? Okay, Mary Jean raised her hand. It's good. You're the only one, but yeah. So my question to you is, which one was easier? Judging others, why? I'm going to let you finish the talk. I know you are. You have not changed a bit, Mary Jean. Yeah. So really, which one does feel better? We think that because we're quietly judging another human, but the problem with that is we're keeping the energy. It's flowing through our bodies. And I don't want that energy in my life. So when I see someone walk across the street and I'm going, stop it, Jody. And then I send them 3 affirmations. It's one thing I learned. I've been through, so many hours of therapy. And along the way, somebody said, for every negative thought you think 3 positives. I was really busy in the beginning. Oh my God. But now I seem to pick up on it earlier. And I know that, there's many different ways we could say and justify and be a little bit of arrogant about our judgments. But the second block, and boy, is this common. I came from this kind of family. The second block that keeps us from experiencing a peaceful mind and a joyful heart is the love of calamity. What is that? The love of calamity is the love of drama, trauma, and chaos. We use our precious creativity to constantly fix our lives and or respond so brilliantly with great acting instead of observing. We are asked to observe life. People who love calamity have chaos in their homes, their finances, their relationships, and they are consumed by their past and terrified of their future. When we are feeling guilty about the past, when we are feeling guilty, we're in the past. You can't feel guilty about the future. Except I always said my mother could have. I don't know. When we're worrying about something, we're in the future. We're not in the now. So the thing that we want to do is to bring ourselves into the now, right here, right now. Where's my left foot? Where's my right foot? Where's my left hand? Where's my right hand? Where am I right here and right now? And we take a deep breath. How many of you have studied Thich Nhat Hanh's work? If you haven't and you want to learn how to be in the now, study him. He is a great master at mindfulness. In fact, he is the one that brought the message of mindfulness to the modern day society. Ralph Waldo Emerson calls the people who are guilty, feeling guilty about the past and terrified about the future, the walking dead. They are clueless that life at its fullest is right here, right now. And the third block of God, the sunshine of God, is what is called materialism. Now, this concept does not say we can't not have riches and wealth and wonderful things in our life. Did I say that right? Yes, we can't not. Makes it a positive. What it's saying is there is nothing in the outer world that can be the source of my happiness. Nothing. It can only come from in here. The reason that our culture is so exhausted, the reason that so many people are sick, is that we look to the outer world as our source of our happiness. And I have to tell you, the greatest aspect of my journey is to turn inward. But what a delicious place to be. Holy Toledo. Peaceful mind, joyful heart. It is important that when we find ourselves and others in any of these three struggles, to bring ourselves back to our breaths and back to here and now. So is life any different than 2,500 years ago or 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years? No, absolutely not. The Earth is still traveling at 67,000 miles per minute. 6 out of 10 Americans are sick. It's because we focus on our wants, focusing on the impermanence instead of the permanent. And the permanent can only be found on the inside. And just as 2,500 years ago or before, right here, right now, our thoughts still create our reality and determine the quality of our lives. Same thing. According to science, there are 1 trillion species on this planet, give or take. According to Alberto Villardo, do any of you know who he is? I highly recommend you go online. He is one of the greatest shamans in the world. He is so amazing. According to him, a great Brazilian shaman from the Four Winds Society says that a new species is coming forth. Species are dying off all over the place, but a new one is emerging. And the new species understands that the spiritual path is the path of authenticity, and I have so come to believe this in my work of 40 years in the ministry and as a counselor, that the spiritual path is the path of authenticity. To show up and be who you are is the greatest gift you will ever give your soul. And I promise you, as you do this, you will be criticized. I promise you that. But you're going to feel so good about yourself. I started in 1987 at the Portland Church of Religious Science. And about a week after I started as the senior minister, an older gentleman who was at that time my age now. I thought he was older than. He walked into my office and he said, "So Reverend Jody, I know that your children don't have a grandfather." I said, "They don't," even though my father was still alive. And he said, "I'd like to be their Grandpa Ken. Can I be Grandpa Ken? Can I bring them gifts for Christmas and holiday? And can I be a part of your family? And can I talk to them when they need a grandpa?" And I just looked at him and I went, "Oh my God." So he became Grandpa Ken, and he was at our house all the time. And one day he came to me when he was like 74, and he said, "I'm going back to college." I said, "You're going back to college?" He said, "Yeah, I just got accepted into Merrillhurst." Now, he lived on the east side of Portland, way over on the east side, and Merrillhurst University was way over on the west side. And the thing about Grandpa Ken, he had diabetes, he had a heart challenge, and he kind of walked like this. But he took a bus every day from East Portland into Portland, transferred, and took a bus out to the western part of the area. And he studied religious science, the sciences of religions, not religious science. He studied all the major religions. So 3 years later, when he was about 77, it came time for him to graduate. So I picked him up that day, and I drove him downtown to this beautiful theater called the Schnitz. Some of you may have been there. You know it. And there were about 3,000 people there. It was where the Merrillhurst College was graduating. And so I took him in, and we figured out where he was supposed to be, and I said, "Okay, I'm going to be up in the balcony in the front row because I want to see you walk up on stage." He said, "Okay." So the service began, and then it came time to introduce the graduates, and I'm sitting in the front row of the balcony, and it came time for Grandpa Ken to stand up and get his degree. So he stands up, and he shuffles over the stairs, over to the stairs, and he stops, and three of his classmates, two on either side, they were 20, 25, and one behind him, lifted him up the stairs. And when he got to the top, 3,000 people stood up and gave him a roaring standing ovation. And I am sobbing in the front row of the balcony. He shuffles across the stage, because he shuffled, and he shook hands with the dean, and he got his degree, and he went, So afterwards, we went to the reception, and what a gift. On the way home, I said, "So Grandpa, can you have your degree now? What are you going to do? Are you going to put a shingle out? Are you going to teach at the university? I mean, what are you going to do with it?" And he said, "Oh, no, honey, I did this because I want to come back a better person next time." There was no arrogance in that man. There was no calamity, even though he worked so hard to get himself through school. The new species has a reverence for all of life. This virtue brings forth the behavior of unconditional love and respect for all other species on the planet and in the universe. Starting with what? Themselves, the one in the mirror. The most powerful thing we can do is mirror talk every morning. Just having the awareness and the reverence for all of life allows us to let go of the need to control and dominate. This very act of using our ego wisely, I don't happen to think the ego's a bad thing, because I believe in the omnipresence of the divine. I literally could, and I learned this in ministerial school, I could not have gotten up on this stage without my ego. Now, I like to put it in the back seat and bring my soul forward. But the very act of knowing that we have reverence and we can for all of life will transform us. Because what happens, the need to control turns into observation and flexibility. Our fears turn into trust of the divine, and our need to shame or blame turns into compassion. So I live about 20 minutes east of Boulder, Colorado, and it's known to be kind of woo-woo, right? When you think of Boulder, Colorado, it's like everyone's floating on. So whatever they're floating on, I don't know. I heard this story recently, and first of all, I sent such gratitude to the minister, and I'm so inspired by the story. It's something I could never have done. So it is a Christian church in Boulder, and they hired a new minister. And the day came for everyone to meet the new minister. So people were flocking in. People hadn't been there for a while. New people were coming in. They heard about there's a new minister in town. And as they were walking into the building, on the top of the stairs, there was what people would call a Skid Row bum. Dirty, greasy, slimy, sleeping in the corner. And congregants would buy, why isn't the board picking this guy? Get him out of here. Oh my God, what is he doing? He's ruining the whole day. And they went on and on and on and on. And I think there were about 300 people in this church. The service begins, the board stands up, the music is playing, and the board president comes forward and said, I want to introduce you to your new minister. And he starts to walk down the aisle. And he takes off his Skid Row bum wig and his dirty clothes. And he comes up on stage and he looks out at everybody and he went, folks, we have a lot of work to do. Some left and never came back. Some cried, but most people sat there stunned and got it. The third most defining quality of the new species is to live with a deep, deep sense of gratitude. I have come to believe that there are so many tools that we offer the world, visioning, journaling, classes, meditation, so much we can do. But if we do none of those, there is still something we can do that will change our lives forever. And when I work with clients and I have them do this, I see miracles all day. I was telling someone, an old client of mine, I went up to Breckenridge and spent a couple of days with her. I said, I hope I get to work till the day I die, but I don't want to just keel over when I'm talking or when I'm in the counseling session. So we figured out that I could do a counseling session in the morning and take a nap in the afternoon, just go in the spirit world. But anyway, the one thing that you and I can do is to live in gratitude. It is the greatest spiritual tool there is. So I have, I only brought a few of these, but I have a gratitude journal here. And you all received a piece of paper, and on the back where it says, I come from greatness, I allow great, there's a sticker on the top right-hand corner. See if you got that sheet. I know one of you did because it was in the pile. Did you get it? Yeah, no. You have do you have the sticker? Oh, they're copies of the sticker. Oh, we never even thought of that. Who has the original? You have the original? Oh my God, let's give them a big hand. I want to give you a gratitude journal. Yeah. It's 90 days of working the gratitudes. How funny we use the copy. That is so cool. Only at your church, Mary Jean. I don't, only. I so wish I could give it out. Oh my God. There is nothing more powerful than being grateful. And over the years, I've taught classes, and people go, well, so what should I be grateful for? And I said, well, in my gratitude journal this morning, those little sticks with little brushes on them, and you do your teeth, and you're like, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for my pillow. I'm so grateful for my husband who loves to cook and clean up. I mean, really? I'm so grateful for all the animals I have. I am so grateful for the work, and I'm so grateful for my friends that have stayed there with me and allowed me to support them. I love you so much. We've been through so much. I'm so grateful for all of you. Would you turn to the person next to you and say, I'm so grateful you're here. Yeah. Okay, I know y'all love to party. Y'all love to party. I know this party group. We'll party afterwards. Would you just take a moment, put your hand to your heart and go, I am so grateful to be me. I am so grateful to be me. Because there ain't no one on this planet that has ever been like you. There will be no one ever on this planet to be just like you. You are an individualized expression of the divine, and for this, I am so grateful to be right here, right now, sharing our love together. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you.
Now you know why I love her. She's fabulous. And we actually have the same shoes, I just didn't wear mine. Well, I wore a different pair, but I have that pair too. And we almost have the same necklace. No. And these come from.
Okay, so the jewelry that you're wearing is an organization my husband and I support because of some dark spots in my background. It's called the Bate Girls, and they rescue girls who have been sold for sex trafficking. And then they just rescued a 12-year-old that's 4 months pregnant. And they have lots of babies at this center. It's in the Dominican Republic. And the girls make the jewelry and they sell it all over the world. So I'm trying to get it in every shop in Boulder, and you sell it here. And we both, and it has, every piece has Larimer on it, which is a healing stone that comes out of a mountain in the Dominican Republic. You can't get it anywhere. But to help these girls find a new life and start over, it is such an honor. I'm so grateful. And there you have a lot of bracelets.
Yeah, we actually started supporting that organization right before COVID, and we were going to have auctions and sell them to make money and to have you all be part of this. And then COVID came. So we haven't done anything with them. So in my office, I have every month either earrings, bracelets, necklaces from that organization. So there will, and Jody actually comes around and does a trunk show with their bigger jewelry. which she was going to do 2 years ago, which is why we did this. And then COVID came and she didn't come. And next week her ticket ran out, so she's here this weekend. But anyway, we will give you an opportunity, if you would like, to purchase some of these and help that organization. Would our prosperity receivers please come forward? Jody, you were fabulous. Did you like that talk today? Did you get some ideas on how to live differently? Yeah. All right. You can also hear it again on Facebook or on our website. You can go on and hear it again. So whatever is your gift today, and it's really important to give it with gratitude. The reason we give is because we appreciate our life. When we give here, I give because I love the Center for Spiritual Living. Like, I want to make sure that driveway gets paid for, so I like to give big gifts every once in a while for that driveway. Please get it paid for soon, Larry says. Whatever you want to give, do it with gratitude and love, because there's something about giving. When I was in my 20s and I didn't really have much money and I had 2 children and a house in Kirkwood, I gave because if I didn't prime the pump by giving, I didn't get back. And I learned that in this philosophy. And from then on, my life has been filled with Spirit. So whatever is your gift, I bless your gift. I bless you. I bless the Center for Spiritual Living, knowing that greater good is ours now. And so it is. Thank you. And now, Emerson.
The next song is about the sun. I'm gonna read the first lines in Spanish. Say, aquí viene el sol. Do, 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 do. Aquí viene el sol y digo, todo está bien. You know the song? No? Here come the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here come the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long and lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here come the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here come the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smile returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here come the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here come the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here we come. Sun, 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 here he comes. Sun, 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 here he comes. Son, 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 here we come. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here come the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here come the sun, and I say it's alright. Here come the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here come the sun, and I say it's alright. Thank you. Bye, Beatles.
Would our prayer team come forward? We're going to do some prayer work for people that we know and love and for ourselves. I also want to acknowledge Jake has just had his 1-year anniversary of being our IT streaming guy in the back. Thank you, Jake. And I want to acknowledge my granddaughter, Kayla, in the back. Would you stand up, Kayla? Kayla and Jake are getting married next Saturday. Yeah, if anybody wants to drop off money to the table, they'd love it. But I'm kidding. But I just want to acknowledge that because they are here like every single week. And we so appreciate you. The next 2 weeks he will be gone for a honeymoon and the day after his wedding. So we'll miss you, Jake, and congratulations. Let's all say congratulations. Yeah. I want to remind you, we do have some salad in the kitchen if you're going to stay for the workshop, which I encourage you to do. Go in and get a bite to eat. There's lots of little things Larry was fixing up this morning. So get something to eat, then come back in here. You can get tickets to it in the bookstore, and it's going to be a fabulous workshop. Did you enjoy her this morning? Wasn't she great? Next time Larry and I go on vacation, she said she'll come in and speak every week for us. All we have to do is pay her. Yeah, yeah. She might. I have to say this. What? No, she has 2 dogs. She's going to be here. Okay, close your eyes. Close your eyes. And just think of somebody that you would like to put in prayer. As Sherry moves us into this cathedral in top mountain in Tibet, we are in this monastery. Whosever name comes up that we know needs to remember the truth of who they are, let's call out their name. Todd Austin's family. Todd, Tammy. And now call out your own name. Mary Jean. So I know that this perfection of spirit, this divine energy, this divine intelligence is my life and your life right now. And then I accept for each one of us that peace that comes from living in this present moment. That happiness that comes from living from gratitude. And that joy that comes from knowing that that power and presence of spirit is guiding us each and every day for greater good. Anybody that comes in contact with us is now blessed. We know the perfection of all of life. What we love and what we don't love is still perfect. It's a power of spirit. Just take a deep breath. And just remember the truth of who you are, that divine presence right here and right now. I accept this with gratitude. I know it is so, and so I let it be. And so it is. Thank you. And now for our closing song by Emerson. I also want to tell you, while you were talking about that, there was somebody sleeping in our meditation room this morning when I came in. We don't have a clue how he got here, but he's on his way to Vegas to meet his brother. So just keep him in prayer, whoever he is. He's hungry, so I invited him to stay for salad afterwards. If you see him, he's not the new minister. I just want to let you know. I don't know who he is, but anyway. Okay, come on, Emerson.
All right. Okay, now I'm gonna bring my Mexican soul. That song is called El Andariego. Yo que fui del amor ave de paso, yo que fui mariposa de mil flores, hoy siento la nostalgia de tus brazos, de aquellos tus ojazos, de aquellos tus amores. Ni cadenas ni lágrimas me ataron, mas hoy pierdo la calma y el sosiego. Perdona mi tardanza, te lo ruego, perdona el andariego que hoy te ofrece el corazón. Hay ausencias que triunfan y la nuestra triunfó. Amémonos ahora con la paz que en otro tiempo nos faltó. Y cuando yo me muera, ni luz ni llanto, ni luto ni nada más hay junto a mi cruz. Tan solo quiero paz, solo tu corazón. Si recuerdas mi amor, una lágrima llévame por última vez y en silencio dirás una plegaria y por Dios, olvídame después. Hay ausencias que triunfan y la nuestra triunfó. Amémonos ahora con la paz que en otro tiempo nos faltó. Y cuando yo me muera, ni luz ni llanto, ni luto ni nada más hay junto a mi cruz. Tan solo quiero paz, solo tu corazón. Si recuerdas mi amor, una lágrima llévame por última vez y en silencio dirás una plegaria y por Dios, olvídame después. Olé. Thank you.
Thank you. We just love you. You are fabulous. I want to remind you, you could, out in the lobby, Jody has like 5 of her gratitude journals. She only brought 5 with her. And I actually need somebody that would mind standing out there and collecting money or selling some of her products. She has a book that she wrote too. Does anybody here could do that for a few minutes? Okay, Marsha will do it. And then the rest of the people can go in and, I guess Larry's putting together the salad in the kitchen, I hope. I don't know. Yeah, okay, good. Thank you, Larry. Let's just do our closing affirmation. I create a life of fulfillment. Let's say it again. I create a life of fulfillment. Go out and create that now, and we'll see you in Scott Hall, and you can get your ticket.